Welcome everybody to another episode of Latifs Inspired. A very special episode today. I had a customer that came all the way from Brazil. They watch my channel and they love Indian food. And they got family in London, so they came to London to visit the family. And one of the family members is a subscriber to the channel as well. So they made the visit all the way from Brazil to London to Stoke-on-Trent to our lovely restaurant in Cheshire. Now, when they came in, I was blown away, overwhelmed, the fantastic. I'll show you the little clips. I actually recorded it when the guys came into the restaurant. They really enjoyed their food. And I think the gentleman from Brazil, he had the lamb balti. He really enjoyed the lamb balti. And then he's been requesting a dish. It's a one-pot dish. And he's been requesting for a few years for me to cook a chicken dupiaza. So he specifically came to the restaurant 1 year ago. And then obviously with his family, they came in just a few days ago. And he requested the dish. So Jonathan from West London, this dish is dedicated to you. So I'm going to be showing you very simplified recipe that anybody can cook, a one-pot recipe. So you won't need to pre-cook the chicken, you won't need to pre-cook the base gravy. You're just going to be making a one-pot dish, and I promise you it's going to be absolutely flavorful. So today we're going to be making at home one-pot chicken dupiaza. Now let's start cooking. So
a bit like that, he's gonna like freak out.
This is so good, man.
how's the food?
So good.
You enjoying the food?
So good.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
The best from Brazil. Love you.
Guys, a little message. Right, I've got these amazing customers and they watch my channel all the way in Brazil. And they've come to England to meet us, try our food and talk about the food. And I've got a request from a customer who came to the restaurant 1 year ago, right?
That's right,
If
yeah,
you'd like
that's
to
it.
introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Jonathan.
Cameras over.
Okay. I'm Jonathan. I was here 1 year ago. And yeah, my request is like one pot dupiaza would be amazing. Like a chicken dupiaza.
Yeah, so all the way from London, Brentford, and he was requesting a chicken dupiaza one pot dish. I'm going to feature his amazing little family and we're going to do this dish for them specifically. But most importantly, this is our lovely subscriber and he's a supporter of the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So can you just introduce yourself?
I'm Eduardo, I'm from Brazil. This is my family, this is Marci, my wife, and my son, Caetano.
Say hello.
Hello.
Caetano, fala oi.
Say hello. Say hello.
Fala oi.
And this is your artist.
This is our daughter Kathy,
Yeah, she's
all the way
artist.
from Coventry,
Coventry, yeah.
via Brazil.
What's your channel, is it?
Quite a lot. I've cooked most of your
Yeah.
recipes actually. I love the base gravy, the aloo gobi. I just ordered the aloo gobi just because I had cooked
Yeah.
it at home and it's amazing.
Most importantly,
It's
from the chef.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's totally amazing. This
Balti you're having.
This balti I'm having is like the best dish I've ever had here.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Thank you. But there's one thing your wife said to me. The YouTube channel is always on your telly, is it?
Oh, I
O canal
don't.
do YouTube tá sempre on lá em casa.
Yes, it's the first one in the
All the time?
on the time. Yes. Yes, that's the one.
So what she was saying is whenever she switches the YouTube channel, Latifs Inspires the first one, so I love them. So thank you for your time. Hope you enjoy. I'm going to have to talk about this first. This is from my mum's garden pot, so lovely and fresh. These are also from the garden pot. Now, normally the stems, they get thrown away, but I'm going to be using the stems because that releases a lovely fragrance, and this is organic and made at home. Now, I've made a lovely tomato puree, just put it in a blender or a chopper blender. So this is about this size tomato, so smallish size. So 4 of these have just been blended down. I'm using, I've just chopped up, really diced up small onions. So this is 1 large onion. It's about 1.5 cups. Got my ginger and garlic, everything ready. Now I'm using, I just went to the local supermarket and these are the lovely chicken that I'm going to be using. So these are chicken drumsticks, skinless, 1 kg. I like to saute the onions and the peppers. So we normally fry the pepper and the onions first, saute it, let it become nice and soft, takes that rawness away, and then we add it to the curry. So we've got 1 kg, so we're going to need good, I'll use the whole pepper actually. So we want nice cube pieces, fantastic. So about 1.5 inch. We want good size, a nice crunch to it. Peppers, same with the onions. Cut it in half. We want those lovely little petals. Just dice it up again. This is my favourite part of the onions. This is the most flavourful, nice and sweet. So we're going to keep it like that. So that's your onions and peppers done. Right, I always get a bit teary when I'm cooking or cutting onions. So let's put the gas back on. Bismillah. So we're going to need, this is pure ghee. Pure ghee is a lot more healthier, as scientists have discovered. Should have been sooner than later. So about 4 tablespoons of pure butter ghee. I'm not getting paid by these guys, but if Khanam, you guys want to endorse me, Khanam ghee, pure ghee, one of the best ghees in the whole wide world. I'm just going to use a little bit of oil. About 2 tablespoons of oil and about 4 tablespoons of pure ghee. Let that melt. So these amazing onions and peppers go into this lovely ghee and the oil. Bismillah. Just want that rawness to sort of go and just become nice and soft, and the onions are going to get a lovely caramelization. So in the restaurant, what we do, we pre-cook these like this, maybe maximum about a minute before we add it to the curry. Right, when it's nice and sort of caramelized, we're going to take it out of the oil and the ghee. Wonderful. Can you see that caramelization on the onions? This is what I wanted. You just sprinkle a bit of salt and just eat these. These are wonderful. So we're going to leave this aside and start cooking the actual chicken dupiaza. Right, let's make the actual chicken dupiaza. So I have the onions. This is about 1.5 cups of onions, 1 large onion that I really diced up nice and small. This creates an amazing gravy. Beautiful. I forgot to add the garam masalas. So 2 Bangladeshi bay leaf, which is a testpata, 1 cinnamon stick, and about 4 cardamom pods. That goes in. Wonderful. Right, this is garlic. So 1, I like a lot of garlic. If you follow my cooking, you know that I love garlic. That's 2 tablespoons of garlic. And this is grated ginger, good 1 tablespoon. Lots of ginger and garlic makes the dish very flavorful. Now to release some liquid, we're going to use a bit of salt. So we're going to need, there's 1 kg of chicken, so we're going to need about 2 teaspoons, more or less, depends how you like it. So let this cook, reduce the gas to a sort of medium low, put the lid on, and we'll come back when the onion's nice and soft. This can take, I normally say, when you're cooking the onions down, it can take 8 to 10 minutes. And if you're using less ghee, less fats, just drizzle some water and just let it soften up. 1 tip, guys, whenever you're cooking the chicken, score it to the bone, because what happens is it just cooks inside properly and all that masala and the flavors go in. This is beautiful. So to the bone, guys. You can see it right to the bone. Right, the onions are nice and soft now. It's been about 8 to 10 minutes. Let me show you. It's got lovely golden caramelization on it. Smells wonderful, by the way. Turn the gas right to low, because now we're going to add all the secret ingredients, all that magic blend of spices. Now these are the lovely spices, so we're going to be adding half a teaspoon of ground turmeric, and this is coriander, 3 teaspoons of ground coriander powder, and this is cumin, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin powder. This is Madras curry powder, guys. It's a British thing. I always add curry powder in my cooking, so 2 teaspoons. Chili powder, we don't want this to be too hot but very flavorful, so we just add in 1 teaspoon of, this is extra hot chili powder, guys. And for a lovely color, we're going to be adding Kashmiri red chili. The reason why I'm using Kashmiri red chili, look at this fragrance, the color. This brings the curry to an amazing color. So it's like paprika that you would use. Kashmiri red chili, it actually just, that color looks beautiful, and it's not as spicy as normal chili powder, and it's very flavorful as well. So all the spices go in, and I always say the spices can get damp, guys, so let it hit the oil and it just wakens it up. Wonderful. This, if you get all that technique right, caramelize the onions, the ginger and the garlic, and you use amazing ghee, and you just sort of fry off the chili powders and all those lovely spices like this, you're going to get a very flavorful dish. Now, because we're not cooking with base gravy, we're going to use tomato as a thickener, like a base gravy. So if you add tomato now and then you put some water, you'll get a lovely gravy. So this is 4 of this type of tomatoes, this size, guys. So that size is about 4 of these I just got from the local supermarket. So if you get the ripe tomatoes, it's going to be even better. Vine ripe tomatoes is very flavorful as well. It's a bit more expensive, but it's definitely a bit more flavorful. So there it goes in. Wow. Smells wonderful. There you go. Now the liquid from the tomato is going to release, so the spices are not going to get burnt now. We're going to put the gas to a high. I'm going to put the lid on, and we're going to wait for the oil to separate from the tomatoes. And while that's happening, we're going to boil a kettle because we're going to need some. The kettle's on, is boiling. Let's check this amazing tomato puree that I put in. Got an amazing color. The oil is separating. Guys, you want that fried flavor. So when you got that sort of fried tomato, fried onion, fried garlic, it's a total different flavor. So this is what we're doing here. We're boonering the masala, we're boonering the onions, lovely TLC. Once you give this dish TLC, you're going to see your cooking elevate. I'm not just bigging this up and talking it up, but really if you follow these little tips, you're going to get the most flavorful curries, and your guests or your family members or the other half are just going to be falling madly in love with you, because trust me, food talks, and this is actually going to be talking. Wonderful. Now I can see the separation of the oil, so we're going to add the chicken. So this is the chicken, guys. Scored it, gave it a nice wash. There you go. Beautiful. We're going to booner the chicken and wait for this amazing natural juices from the chicken to come out, and then we're going to go to the next process. So put the lid on, keep an eye on it, and we're going to come back to this about 5 minutes or so. So just let it cook on a medium-high gas. There you go, medium-high gas, and wait for this 5 minutes. Right, amazing home chefs. Since I've added the chicken, it's been a good 10 minutes. Let me show you. Come out. Looks wonderful. Chicken has changed in color. Now we want the chicken to be proper cooked. So we're going to need some water. That's 1 cup of water. Go. put the heat up to a highest on the home hub and let this cook. So it's been 10 minutes, I've booted everything together, 5 more minutes with this water. About 15 minutes later, then we're going to add the next ingredients. Amazing home chefs, I always get excited, honestly. Now this smells wonderful. I was just telling my cameraman, I said, you know what, you're very blessed because I've worked my life off to learn cooking, and I'm giving all these to you guys because the love of this channel, the passion of the food I do, and I love that British Asian cooking. Now I want to show you the best, and I want my channel to be the best. So if you enjoy what I do, please like, share and subscribe my content. I really appreciate it. And my cameraman, he's learning for free, right? Yeah. Check this out. Wow, this chicken is almost cooked, and as you can see there, that's still got that sort of that inside of that, it's not really there yet. So all that masala has, I've just put in a cup of water there, so I'm just waiting for that masala to just dry up a little bit more. Wonderful. And these chicken could be chunky, so because I scored it, as you can see here, all the flavor is going to go into the sauce. And from the bone, I know people love cooking with chicken breast because they don't like the bones, but you're missing out on flavor, guys. If you use the bones, very flavorful, I promise. Now I'm going to add these dupiaza onions and peppers. Now I couldn't find any green onions. I love the taste of green onions, so it was just red onions and the red peppers. And this is my favorite part of the onion, that inside bit, nice, sweet and flavorful. So that's gone in there. And now we're going to use these organic green chilies, guys. I'm going to use the stems and all. And a little tip for you guys to release the flavor, just break the tip, let that flavor just draw out. Wonderful. This is cooking with love. This is what it literally means, cooking with love. There you go. Now organic coriander, I'll have to chop this up a bit later and I'll add it in. So now we're going to need some water. So we want a nice gravy. So 1, 2 cups of boiling water, guys. Wonderful. Now put the gas is on a high heat at the moment. Wonderful. I'm going to use some kasoori dried methi, about a good tablespoon, so just crush it and just add it. Wonderful. Love the flavour of that kasoori methi. And we're going to need a bit of garam masala, so we'll add about half a teaspoon, guys. Just sprinkle it on top. Wonderful. Now the gas is on a high heat, and put this on, and we're going to let this simmer. Just going to put a bit of ghee on the sizzler. I'll add this lovely dupiaza. Look at that amazing chicken, guys. Amazing. Voila. Amazing. Now this is what I call a chicken dupiaza. Beautiful. Now you're going to get this restaurant quality dish at home. Wow. Beautiful. Now I'll just sprinkle a bit of this fresh coriander from the garden. Wow. This is a work of art. Now I need to taste this baby. Right, the moment of truth, all you lovely home chefs. If you're still with me, I appreciate it. Now we're going to need to taste this. So let's get a bit of that sauce. There you go. That lovely ghee and the lovely gravy. Look at that. Wonderful in colour. Still that steaming away, so it's proper hot. Now as always, Bismillah. Oh wow. So that base gravy, you got the gravy in the curry, one pot dish. Now, I'm going to need to try the chicken. Let me get this piece here. Oh, proper hot this is. This bit has broken away, which is very good for me. Look at that coriander, thick sauce, oh, pepper. Wow. Need a bit of that onion. Yes, got it. Look at that. The dupiaza type onions, the peppers, and the chicken. It's still steaming away, so I'm going to have to wait at least a minute. I'm going to burn my tongue. Now, as always, Bismillah. Those onions and peppers are cooked to perfection. You know, when we cooked it, sauteed it in that ghee, it's brought out that lovely flavour, that caramelization. When you add it to the curry, it doesn't have a rawness to it. It doesn't have the al dente crunch. However, it's nice, soft, subtle, and very flavourful. This is so Moorish. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this. Ah, look at that. This is delicious. All you guys from Brazil who came into the restaurant, very heartfelt messages that you gave me. I really appreciated it. And when you come in so far to come and visit me, this gives me inspiration to make these amazing videos. And I know I'm doing something good for the world. Rather than just being useless entertainment, I want to be useful entertainment. So if you're enjoying it, enjoy my recipes, I hope you like, share and subscribe, and see more from Latifs Inspired.